Hi, I'm Kirsty Meakin from Nao Nails. In this video, I'm going to compare 3 different tips. So we've got a competition nail, and we've got an almond nail, and we've also got a salon nail. I'm going to show you how to apply an almond oval overlap nail in a natural colour. So I've got 3 different types of tips here. So I'm just going to talk through different reasons for these tips. So we have here the almond oval overlap in a natural colour. So you can see that this tip has a full well here. And it's got a nice natural C curve here, and it's an almond shape. So I'm just going to show you how this looks when you start to fit it onto the nail. This is probably one of the easiest tips to fit. So you'll butt it straight up to the free edge of the natural nail, and it will overlap onto the nail. So you can see it's got quite a big contact area. Now, these are really easy to use, great for beginners. They fit really nice to the nail. They're very similar to a natural nail shape. If you had somebody with flatter nails, you'd probably use a slightly different tip. But you can see how that fits perfectly to that nail. This smile line here is pretty much exactly the same as the smile line in the tip. Then I'll show you another tip. You've got the short well salon nail, and this is in a clear. Comes in natural as well. So if you look at the barrel view of it, it's still got a nice C curve on it. It's got a shorter well. Now, if you compare the sides to this nail, you can see that this is a lot straighter. However, this one curves down. Now, these are good for if you are going to do an almond nail, because this portion of the nail here would be cut off and gone round. Now, if you're doing a straight square nail, I wouldn't use these ones. I would use a different tip. I'll just show you how this fits onto the nail. So you can see the well there, that would have glue in, and it would just anchor straight on the end. It's quite a good fit, but it's not quite as rounded as the previous tip. I'll show you a different one. This is a competition edge nail tip in natural. This has no contact area, so you can see here there is no well. So when that goes onto the nail, you can put it as far up or as far down as you want to. But ideally with a competition tip, you just want to put it on about 1 mil or 2 mil onto the nail. These nails are perfect for doing anything with a straight side wall. You look at the side of this tip, it's perfectly straight. It has a nice C curve as well. It's thin enough to pinch. So you see this nail, it has a beautiful, natural, high smile line, which is perfect for this tip, because we can pop that on there and it'll fit lovely. It'll come straight out the side walls and it'll fit nice. So I'm going to start with applying the almond tip. So if you take a look at the well, you're going to use the brush on nail glue. Now, I've already wiped over these nails with acetone just to make them clean and make them free from oil. So I've literally just painted that well with glue. And then we're going to slide up straight onto her natural smile line, and then just rock it up. Don't rock it up too much, because you'll create a bubble at the free edge. You don't want to rock it up like this, and you want to make sure it's coming straight. You don't want to taper it down either, so it needs to sit flat. The way that you will know it will sit flat is because you will have no air bubbles. If you have an air bubble here, you have anchored the tip too far up. If you have an air bubble here, you have anchored the tip too far down. That's perfect. It's coming straight out of the side wall, and it matches the natural smile of the nail, the natural nail. Now if you were keeping the nail that length, that's perfect. It'd be a nice, lovely almond shaped nail, but we're going to go a little bit shorter. Most people do these days. It's this way round, the blade is facing you. You don't want it this way, because you see the angle, you're going to put stress on the nail. This is how it's going to go, it's going to sit. And then you have a square nail with nice straight walls, nice straight side walls, and you have this nice big wow. If you love this tip and you want to use this tip for different shapes, you can do. We're not going to keep this completely straight. What I'm going to do first is just put a little dink in this nail. I'm sort of rolling it a little bit. Now, don't worry about these white stress points. So all this tip is going to be is a thin platform for us to work on. The acrylic will give it all the strength. So now I've pinched that, and I'm also going to cut off with the tip cutters the corners of this nail. And now I'm going to start to blend. So I'm going to file the sides nice and straight. I'm going to file this free edge shape before I start to blend the wow. I don't want to blend the wow and then start to file the shape, because it'll have no strength, and the pressure that you put on the tip, you could fracture the tip at this point, and then you'll have stress areas. So we're going to do the shape first. I'm going to bring this into an almond shape. So even though we've cut off the tip, we can still make this into an almond shape. So you've got a straight side wall, and then it just slowly kicks up. So it's slightly piped. So you can see the top view of this nail is almond, the side view is piped. When you loop down the nail, you've got a nice C curve. That's it. You still have a C curve here, and that's why I pinched the nail. So just going to dust that clean, and then with the lint-free pad, there's some acetone on there. I'm just going to rub onto the well a little bit, and what that'll do is it'll just soften this edge and start to dissolve it a little bit, so it needs less filing. So you can see that that's melted it. And now I'm just going to gently file over, just touching the tip so it blends into the nail. You can also whip over with a 180 buffer as well, and that'll just blend it perfectly. So you can't see the join. And I'm just going to clean that nail up, and that's ready to go. We can go to the next stage of priming. We've got a video that's just on preparation if you want to have a look at that video. So you don't have to watch me priming and dehydrating this nail.